the deliberate darkening of the mind. Now, the classic authors knew that lust had something to do with this. They would say that lust darkens the mind. We have desire, the omnipotent desire. We have desire without bound. We have desire that becomes the ruler of the truth. The ultimate goal is the control of your sexual life, because vice means control. If you are involved in a vice, you are very easily controlled. That monster is the sexual license that you let onto the world. That monster is your unrepentant sins, and it will never die. We live in a culture that creates monsters and then looks on in shock when the monsters do what monsters do.
Okay, so in the last video we got some comments of some monsters we should read. Exactly, two, yeah. And of some monsters we should read. So we're probably gonna go ahead and look those up right now.
Yeah, we're looking them up right now.
Are you excited?
I'm excited about this. I'm always excited.
About monster ladies?
Why wouldn't I be excited? This is the highlight of my week.
Okay. Manticore.
Don't say what you're typing in. It ruins the surprise.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you've never seen this one, have you?
What is up with his tail?
Okay, so
is that a mouth on the tail?
Decoded as a vagina on the tail. That's 4 holes, my man.
That's... Oh, wow.
We'll get into it once you read it, because you're going to read this one.
I'm going to read this one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Look at this. So, should I censor out the tail? It doesn't even look... It looks like just Bumby.
I'm going to leave that up to you.
Okay. Manticore. A hybrid beast having the body of a beast? A bat-like wings. And the tail equipped with a spiny lump of flesh at the end. They are highly intelligent with a cunning and cruel disposition. Being sadistic and infinitely lustful, they enjoy aggressively violating human men and milking their spirit energy. Because of their cruel disposition, they purposefully do not deny the fake stories being told in some anti-monster states about monsters that feast on human flesh. And they act as if they really do eat humans. Many of them enjoy the look of a man in terror and how the reaction changes afterwards when he is bewildered by pleasure. Alright, interesting.
Sound like a nice group of people.
Man.
That was a for real disgusted noise you just made.
Anyway,
Look at their hands, my man.
Yeah, I noticed that they have like wolf hands.
Yes.
They have like, and then some scaly stuff going on. And on the wings. Yeah, isn't this a Dark Souls enemy? That's one of the Dark Souls bosses.
I'm sure there's a mod for this somewhere.
Okay. The interior of the lump of flesh on the distinctive tail is covered with soft walls of flesh. Yeah, so walls. And the countless number of folds. It has been adapted as an organ for milking semen, specializing in pleasuring a penis and spurring ejaculation. Wait, so the tail?
I told you.
Okay.
I told you. I wasn't lying, and I wasn't making a joke. It is literally a tail vagina.
Interesting. Okay, once the mouth of the tail opens and engulfs the penis, they're able to make the walls of flesh pulse at will, even while tightly wrapping it, causing continual pleasure and easily guiding a man to ejaculation. Wow. Fascinating. Animal Planet.
Oh man, I would hate to see this version of Animal Planet.
Oh man.
Would they have to like release like people? Like, to get the footage, they would need, like, people, like they do with, like, ants and stuff, and they, get them to attack each other.
It would just be you every time. You'd be going...
I mean,
they'd launch
I'm
you
not
out
saying
there.
it wouldn't be me every time.
They would just launch you out there naked.
Launch me out there.
And you would just be like, hey.
Come at me.
You'd make as much noise as possible.
They'd be like, we want you to try to hide for the purpose of the simulation. And I'd get, like, a bunch of hands, just be like, I'm over here.
I ain't getting no sleep because of y'all.
But I'm definitely not getting no sleep because of y'all.
Okay, they have venomous spines growing on their tails that are used to prevent interference while milking semen. But besides that, they can also fire them at their prey. Interesting. This lewd venom. Ooh. Man, I'm looking forward to that new Tom Hardy movie.
Oh yeah, lewd venom. I think that's Screech. I think lewd venom is Screech. Screech is the girl venom from Separation Anxiety.
Okay. I'm getting some interesting comic book facts here. Has the effect of causing man's body to produce huge amounts of semen, spurring ejaculation. In this state, if a man's penis is engulfed by their tail, he will reach climax. Every time the walls of their tail move, ejaculation will be repeated relentlessly. Furthermore, in a cruel twist, this venom doesn't influence the mind anywhere near as much as it influences the body, knowing full well what will happen after that. They maliciously retract their spines, as if to let the man pull out their tail, but once the man grabs with his hands, his body will completely ignore his own thoughts and instead Move on to someone seeking more ejaculation. The man will grab their tail and jerk his own penis with it, inducing continuous ejaculation with his own hands. They have infinite lust and to satisfy, they'll use their tail as a pump to milk huge amounts of semen while defanging the man. This sounds malicious. This sounds like a violent thing, but
I'm
just the
pretty
tail.
sure that the disposition is in fact ferocious, aggressive, and cruel.
Oh wow, that's a good combination.
I want to hug that.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Maybe you do, I don't know. When they attack a man, they always use their tails to just keep sipping spirit energy through their tail for a while after catching a man, as though he's nothing but prey to them. They don't use their vagina like other monsters. A man's spirit energy taken in through their tail efficiently bonds with their body and diffuses entirely through it. Even if they don't suck spirit energy directly through their genitalia, it reaches their vagina, uterus, the inside of the mouth.
Inside of even their fingertips?
Why?
What? Why?
So can you feel it in your fingertips?
Gross. Why would?
Does it make your cuticles healthy?
Why the fingertips?
Interesting. Fascinating. They've become intimately familiar with the taste of spirit energy and the shape of the penis of a man who will become their husband. Oh no. Ultimately causes their body to be remade perfectly for their husband's exclusive use so that they can pleasure him even more rapidly than usual and taste his spinner energy.
Wouldn't you want to get married to one of these things?
No, because you'd be like, I'm gonna go across the street to this gas station. Oh no, a Manticore. Oh no,
a Manticore. If we don't look at it, it can't see you.
I guess I'm a husband now, and
no, you wouldn't even see it. You would just like hear the wind rush and look at your chest, and you would have like 3 barbs in your chest.
And
then you just get a big old erection.
Oh man, don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah, you get shot and you'd hear the wreckage scratch. Yep, that's me.
After specializing every part of themselves for their husband in this manner, they will ravage him using their vagina for the first time.
That's romantic.
At least she waits. Sex on that occasion results in such great pleasure that both of them will no longer be able to live without it. This is ingrained in their bodies. This for sure is proof of marriage to them. That's how much their husband and sex with him is special to them. But they almost never speak of their true feelings. Oh, they're pretty introspective, you know.
Yeah, it's deep.
They got deep emotions.
I wonder if it hurts, getting stung by one of those things, because they don't look like porcupine quills.
Yeah.
Which is what
Quills. Like a quilt.
Like a quilt. Okay, yeah.
Quills.
But they're pretty thick. And especially their spines. I don't imagine getting stuck by that would be a good thing.
Like that Halo gun?
The needler.
Yeah. But yeah.
Only you fuck it.
Remember that commercial where the Halo commercial and the guy got shot with the needler? It was like, oh.
Yeah, the live action one, and he had like the 3 spines in him, and they were burning him.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh.
Yeah, well, it's like that only afterwards he fucks the alien.
I'm gonna give this one 7 out of 10.
Wow, a whole 7. That's a lot higher than I thought.
I mean, it is kind of violent and cruel, but I find it funny the fact that like afterwards it's like, oh, now we're married. This person I have assaulted and aggressed
violently, very violently, multiple times.
You have no say.
Well, they have a say, but
they
apparently Manticore.
They say ow.
Yeah, I'm sure they.
Ouch, my bones.
My boner.
I love you, my husband. Anyway, yeah, 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Hellhound.
No,
let's get a little closer.
Both of these are like the smuggest. Just like their attitudes are always portrayed as kind of similar.
Similar.
Yeah, similar.
I've heard people say similar before.
Similar.
Yeah.
Is there another way to say it?
Well, it's spelled similar.
You think you're better than me?
I mean, I know how to talk, right?
Hellhound. I've heard about this one. Hound monster, of course, that has dark skin and fur and burning red eyes. It's a very helpful image.
I mean, we got an actual image of it.
They're fierce hounds that have a durable, powerful body that's always burning uncontrollably and seeking desire. And they have a severely ferocious disposition like hellfire. With their excellent sense of smell, they acutely sense the odor of human men who will end up as their prey. And attacking, attack and hurt them in emotional and physical ways as soon as they find them without any regard for consent. Well, that's just kind of a redundant sentence, isn't it?
What's the disposition on this one?
It's exactly the same as the last one. Ferocious, bold, and selfish. Selfish.
This seems like something like it seems like a line Patrick Bateman would say about himself.
Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
I bet Patrick Bateman loves hellhounds.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike other wolf monsters, they are regarded as being absolutely untamable by humans. As far as they are concerned, the human man is a weak, fragile being that should be forced into submission as their own male. You know, I'm starting to grow on these. For example, even if a man stronger than them were to appear, the only thing on their mind would be how to break them bail before them into submission.
I would break.
That's what I was thinking of. Just like the Hellhound has their arms around his neck, and they're just like the weak must fear the strong, and make him their own. They would never even consider obeying a male after capturing a man. Yeah, very progressive.
Mm-hmm.
And look, they were made 4 years before 2018. They were on the cusp, on the jackknife edge. After capturing a man they're into, they keep him within reach so they can violate him whenever the urge arises. But like on a leash, I guess that's what they're going for.
It's ironic, yeah.
Ironic.
Mm-hmm.
If they feel like having sex, they'll pin a man down right then and there and have sex with him. And if they feel like getting pregnant, they'll violate him so much his semen will be milk dry. This sex is extremely rough and wild, but they don't cause pain and agony for men through it. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. The only thing induced is pleasure, so wild it causes a man to submit to them unconditionally from the bottom of his heart, along with the ejaculation. They're the same thing, really.
Oh man.
In this way, they lash out violently at men with their lust, but they never treat men carelessly. But their disposition lists them as selfish. Did a Hellhound write this?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm reading propaganda.
This is Hellhound propaganda. Look at those claws. You can't just manhandle somebody and not like scratch them up and like tear out their backs and all that.
They also recognize that humans are frail beings, and they treat them with care as their one and only male, something more valuable to them than anything else. There's some appeal there.
I feel like the man who authors these, he really idealizes that, because there doesn't seem to be a whole bunch of monsters that are like, I will have many men, many human men, because I am an evil monster.
I am an evil, disgusting abomination to every god known. And I'll have 2 husbands if I damn well please.
I leave men in my wake. I pass through a town, all the men in
I look at the population numbers on town, and I just cross it out.
Like what's his name? Like Thanos.
Like Thanos.
It's like I steal them men.
If an enemy tries to harm their male, they'll leap to his defense and attack the enemy with full hostility and ferocity. Unlike how they treat their male, even if the enemy isn't killed, they will surely witness the sight of hell. No matter what, they just won't become a pet dog. But they do recognize that men they capture as their husbands and shower them with love just like any other monster would. Hey, look at that. But the more their love deepens, the more their lust blazes, heating up their desire to have sex with their husband and get pregnant. This man really likes his pregnancy.
Yeah, that's his thing. He's like, I want to pregnate a monster lady that will be my wife. I'm gonna make a
whether
wiki.
I want it to or not.
I'm gonna make a wiki with 10,000 different.
I don't think there's 10,000 of them.
There's a lot.
It's expressed as increased ferocity, and they'll end up spending even more time riding on top of their husbands. Despite them having this sort of nature, there are many men who are fixated on taming them, believing a dog should always be tameable. Why? You know, there's a limit though. Like.
So it's quite an opinion to have.
Yeah, about something that can think. There's no end to the number of men who approach them to try to tame them and discipline them, only to end up, conversely, yielding into submission themselves. However, it is not like they have a lot of pride or anything.
They're self-conscious.
No, they're self-conscious, of course. So even in the case when they're assaulted by a man, they don't get angry or refuse. On the contrary, they would likely gleefully accept it and enjoy being violated as a female.
Hold up. Put my foot on the brake here.
Okay.
This is a little weird.
Oh, it got weird in like the second to last paragraph.
Mm-hmm. I get that they're like dog monsters, but that's kind of weird.
However, it never means they've been broken. Quotation marks. When the man is basking in glory, thinking he has successfully forced one of them into submission, the next moment she'll counterattack and violate him in return, as if to say it wasn't nearly enough. It is purported that originally these monsters were created as guard dogs by a certain god of the underworld, but it is impossible even for the gods to tame them. If there were a man who could make them submit, that person's ability as a trainer would surpass even that as a god.
Interesting. What a nice dog.
8.
8?
I give it an 8.
Oh, okay.
Don't read into that too hard.
So you get a thing for dogs?
Get a load of that dog. Get a load of that dog. Get a load of that dog.
Ooh.
More like put a load in that dog.
Okay, I'm not letting you get away with that. I'm not gonna act. Okay, audience, this has been a lie. He's made this joke before.
No, don't let them know. Don't break the
This man is a
kayfabe.
liar.
I'm a professional. I write all my jokes beforehand. This isn't too bad. Oh, it's a zombie.
This man's got an interesting collection of favorite zombie.
I've never seen this one.
Diet mince. Okay, naturally. Disposition lustful. Naturally. She got the cable eye over here.
Well, both her eyes are red.
No, but this one looks more red.
No, that's because she's whatever. Oh my god, her hands.
Oh.
I didn't even notice.
Oh, dang. Well, I guess you gotta monster it up a little bit. I noticed that a lot of these will have just the monster hand, But anyway.
It makes more sense when they're like a dog or something, because then it's like a furry hand.
This is just kind of like,
These look like ice hands.
Make it look more like monster hand, yeah. Undead raised from the corpses of a few superior individuals, such as royalty or heroes. They are high-rank undead that control numerous other undead, and those powerful whites that were... Hold it.
Oh, I see. I get it now.
Those powerful whites that rule over an especially great number of undead sometimes create demon realms or of everlasting night known as undead kingdoms, reign as monarchs of the dead. They have decadent, alluring beauty and high intelligence. Hold up. And they behave with elegance and dignity,
Just like a white should.
However, their bodies are... No, it's probably got some kind of meaning. I just don't know. I've never heard of white to describe a zombie. However, their bodies are full of lust, and they look at human men with raw passion in their eyes. They don't
Maybe it's like ghoul.
Yeah, they don't randomly attack men if they like, but the most who are tempted by them will have their hearts stolen by their devilish nature. They will desire to win their favor and try to become theirs on their own. Most of them rarely show themselves in human domains, secluding themselves in a world of everlasting night, leading an elegant and lewd life of pleasure with their male partner. So it's like the whole package.
It's like a shut-in.
It's like you live in a Nightmare
live in
Before
a kingdom,
Christmas.
and you get to fuck a snow zombie.
It seems like they live in like the Nightmare Before Christmas world. They're just kind of like, hey,
There's some appeal there.
yeah. I guess if you like Halloween, I like Halloween.
Like, what the fuck is?
I mean, it looks like a people. It doesn't look too
Well,
weird.
I mean, it would be weird if it didn't look like a people. It's a zombie.
That's true. Well, I mean, like a rotting people, that would be gross.
But you don't know what's underneath that dress.
Oh, it just turns into skeleton.
I'd be okay with that.
Okay, that's kind of weird. They excel not only in handling a man's body and soul, but his spirit energy, quote unquote. They can even freely manipulate the absorption of spirit energy and the pleasure that accompanies it. Darn shucks. They deliberately sip spirit energy bit by bit through everything from the gentle touch of each and every one of their fingers. How many fingers? And to close contact with their soft skin. As this takes place, the pleasure experienced by the man isn't just physical. Even his soul will melt sweetly. That's interesting. I don't know how you feel that in your soul. Do you have like
probably it's like that. It's like a fluttering in your chest, you know.
Do you have like a soul nut?
A soul nut?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can a soul nut? This is a question too broad for our small minds. We need to dig up the great philosophers of our times, turn them into whites, and ask them if a soul can nut.
Yeah. And they'll be like, I don't know. You want to find out? And be like, no, thank you.
No, thank you. Back into the grave you go.
Because all those philosophers were gay.
They weren't all gay.
Maybe they weren't. I don't know. Because most of the time they're like, oh, look at this one page of their diary. It says, I like men.
Yeah.
What could this mean?
The world will never know.
They'll captivate a man's heart and they won't let go. Furthermore, they can steal almost all of a person's spirit energy just by touching them. There's a hostile individual, they can make them faint and collapse as if kneeling before them by just barely touching them with their fingertip due to the exhaustion, overwhelming pleasure of having all unspirited energy taken out. If it's a human woman, then the spirit energy stolen from her body will be replaced by the white's irrepressible demonic energy, and she'll turn into a wildly lustful undead, a loyal servant of the white. So it seems more like these are like kind of above like these lewd zombies, and they just kind of touch people. They don't do much, but that's anyway. Zombies, the quintessential undead, regain more of their looks from when they were among the living, the more spirit energy of the game.
Oh, okay. So
That's
they
cool.
probably start all gross and corpsey.
Yeah,
But then who's the first guy? If they start off all corpsey, who's the first guy?
They gotta find that one really weird guy who's like, I look fresh.
Oof. ooh, tugging at my collar a little bit.
Oh, it just turns into skeleton. I'd be okay with that. Okay.
Bone, that's okay.
I got a bone to pick with you.
Eventually, they can surpass their former beauty. Interesting. Whites, which were beautiful to begin with, are even more remarkable as they have repeated intercourse with their partner. Their body and soul become stained with the spirit energy of their beloved. As they indulge in pleasure, the allure of their beauty increases even more. In the Undead Kingdoms, there is a high society where notably undead from around the world from the word periodically gather accompanied by their husbands, the whites being the first among them. Sometimes evening parties are held by these undead. I feel like the author had his emo phase, and he was like,
Back in 2013?
he was watching Coraline and like listening to My Chemical Romance. And he was like, I want
a zombie that goes to like high society parties and wears those dumb masks and they're all dressed up.
He's like, call me Sama, please give me a goth zombie.
Kami-sama.
Isn't that how you say God?
Yeah, it is. Someone's gonna correct us on that.
Oh no.
Out of everything, we're gonna get corrected on that.
Actually, it's a Kamehameha.
Cut that. Just cut that.
Okay.
We got one person watching these. We can't risk insult anyone.
At these gatherings, the whites ostensibly display their own beauty to those around them. They also show off how deeply they love their partner, how their days are spent having sex, and what indulgent individuals they are.
That sounds insufferable. Can you imagine going to a party that's just like couples just being like, I love my husband so much, we fuck all the time. like a 200 of that. That would be terrible. I wouldn't have fun. I'd just be, well, I guess I wouldn't.
You wouldn't be there.
No, I wouldn't be there. But it just sounds like a bad time. Maybe there's like an appeal for narcissists. If you're a narcissist, you like this monster, I hate you. I'm not even reading this, and I'm giving it a 2.
Are you just getting mad because you don't have a zombie GF?
I wouldn't want a zombie GF, to be honest. Not even a white, because they're not like they don't have the horse parts. Actually, I do know that there is an undead centaur girl called a Nightmare, and I hope eventually we get to there. Actually, forget it. It's on the list. We're gonna look at Nightmare at some point.
Alright. Additionally, to say that zombies may transform into whites by having frequent sex with their husbands, sipping spirit energy, and storing up vast demonic energy, these newly born whites receive invitations to the Undead Kingdoms from out of nowhere, and they're invited to join high society with a very hospitable welcome. So, I like this one. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, because
it's...
like,
this is a lot different than the first video where you gave everything that wasn't a human like a 0.
Well, because I don't know, because maybe I'm getting used to it. Maybe it's just like because the other ones were kind of like
now you're gonna stop preaching in the streets about how they're disgusting.
They're not human.
Yeah,
I condemn anyone.
Maybe one day one of these videos won't have those memory TV clips as the intro.
I like those.
Yeah, I like them too. Don't take them away.
Okay,
they're funny.
Okay, so yeah, I like this one because there's lore around it. Like
there's lore around all of them.
Well, this one is really cool because it's spooky. It's like a hot topic. Like
yeah. That's your aesthetic. You're putting on your extra eyeliner right now.
Mm-hmm. Dang, how did you know my black and red striped shirt with all my vinyl?
Your Freddy Krueger sweater.
Because it's got this like kind of aesthetic of like this goth, very dark, castle, and this dances with all these like undead high society people.
And then
That's
like
pretty cool.
other normal dudes who just kind of got swept
He's
up by
like,
these zombie
So
queens.
that this happened to you. Like, oh,
Well, I was walking through a graveyard. I was working in the lab late one night. They did the smash. And then, can you? That's how it happened.
They think to listen to the Monster Mash.
Oh, can you? Like this, they go high society party, and then they get the boombox out, and they all just start dancing to the Monster Mash.
Jekyll, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was Jekyll, Jekyll.
Classic.